Jermall Hitman Charlo been cleared of all criminal charges leading up to the biggest fight of his career against Saul Canelo Alverez May 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Before we get into this next video, make sure that y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Now let's get into it. Now, if you can remember, a while back, Jermall Charlo was charged with robbery charges and a couple other charges. He was accused of basically injuring the waitress, running out of the door with the waitress payment book and all of that. And so he's been cleared of all of those charges, and I'm gonna let y'all know what went on with this case, and I'm just gonna read the article so y'all can hear for yourself. So it says, Jermall Charlo has been cleared of all charges stemming from an alleged robbery incident. It says, it has been confirmed that the 3-count case against the unbeaten 2-division and reigning WBC middleweight titleist was dismissed on Monday, citing insufficient evidence and dropping all charges. Houston's Charlo was previously arrested on August 7th and charged with 3 counts of second-degree felony robbery in response to a complaint filed July the 16th in a martini bar in the Social Club in San Antonio, Texas. Charlo was released on $5,000 surety bond, maintaining his innocence and eager to prove as such in the court of law. It never came to that, as investigators determined that the video surveillance confirmed Charlo's insistence that the incident in question was merely a misunderstanding over his payment card originally being declined due to fraud alert, a common occurrence experienced by Chase card holders. The evidence supported Charlo's version of the events, closing out that the case entirely according to the county court records. According to the initial incident report, Charlo allegedly stole cash from a guest check portfolio and accused a waitress of trying to steal his debit card while retrieving his driver's license from another portfolio. The report suggests that a member of Charlo's party injured a waitress upon exiting the establishment. Although there already appears to be conflict regarding both sequence of evidence and the extent of the incident in question. Goes on to say, and this is his lawyer right here. His lawyer had made a statement before, and he said, I want to make it clear that Jermall stole no money from anyone at a club and made no threats toward anyone, Kent A. Schaefer, Charlo's attorney, stated at the time. When the club ran his card, it was declined, and he received a fraud alert from Chase Bank asking if he had made the charge. He responded yes, and they told him to have the charge submitted again. The waitress went to run it again and came back saying she could not find the card. Jermall was upset that his card was missing since it was a debit card tied to an account with substantial amount of money. The filed incident report was where the two sides disagreed over what happened next. Charlo, who was in town to support his twin brother Jermall Charlo in his undisputed junior middleweight championship clash with Brian Castano, was understandably distraught over the establishment not being able to locate his debit card. By that point, he saw his license sticking out from the check presenter, and which he took it back. He didn't want her to lose that. He didn't want her to lose that too, according to his attorney. Police responded to a call from the establishment roughly around 2 a.m., according to the report. It was believed by official detailed to the case that there existed enough evidence to proceed in the case, with the arrest warrant executed August the 7th, according to county court records. The sense from Charlo's legal team that it would be resolved, which ultimately proved to be the case. right? And so basically, it's telling you that Charlo's legal team was telling people the whole time, you know, when they gave a statement that it's going to be resolved. They're not really worried about it. And you see that now it's resolved. All the charges have been thrown about and they don't have to worry about. And Jermall Charlo, he could go on and hopefully he gets this big fight with Canelo Alverez on May the 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Now, when this story came out, people wanted to run with this story. They was talking about, oh, look at Jermall Charlo, he out of control and this, and that. But you see, me, myself, I never spoke on this because I really don't speak on none of these fighters' personal issues until I have real live facts. Now, if they get cleared or something, I will speak on it, you know, because we know that athletes all the time get accused of things that they didn't do. Just like this petty stuff right here, right? In the case, you got a waitress that knows that Jermall Charlo has money. You got an establishment that knows that Jermall Charlo has money. So if they get a little inch, oh, they gonna run a mile with it. And they gonna try to get whatever money they can out of an athlete, you know, that they can get. So it's always, oh, I got hurt and he did this and he did that. We see it all the time with athletes. And I just tell these athletes, you know, you got to be careful. You got to be careful because you got people looking to get money out of you any possible way that they can. And they'll go to any extent to do it. Look at all the lawsuits Adrian Broner is in. I mean, you can't even count the lawsuits Adrian Broner is in. But you gotta just, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. When you got money like that, it's different. People coming after you at all different angles. But I'm glad that Jermall Charlo has been cleared of all these charges. You know, he don't have to worry about dealing with that situation no more. And, you know, hopefully he can go on to do great things in his career, you know. Like I said before, hopefully he can get this Canelo Alverez fight. It looks like that's the next fight. Him and Canelo Alverez once again on May the 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. It is going to be huge. Of course, Jermall Charlo is going to get the biggest payday of his life. And when he gets that payday, that means that he's going to have a lot more money than he already did. And that means that he's going to have a lot more people coming after his bag, because it's not a secret. We know that a lot of people see the Charlo brothers and they think that they loose cannons. So when they're accused of something, people gonna jump to conclusion, right? They're already gonna jump to conclusion, and they're already guilty of anything before they even get to a court of law. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Especially being, you know, young black men in America. That's just how it is. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's always been. So they got to be careful and they got to tread lightly, right? And they got to watch the people that they keep company with. That's another thing, not just with Jermall and Jermall Charlo. It's with athletes, all athletes. You know, if they want to get to that next level like a Canelo and all of that and get that bag and greatness like that, they got to watch what company they keep. Because some of these dudes that these athletes have around them, they should be nowhere near them. And I'm not just talking about Jermall Charlo. I don't really know who Jermall Charlo hang out with. I'm just saying in general. But yeah, you know, salute to Jermall Charlo. They tried to get some money up off of him. Of course, you know, the waitress tried to claim that she was so injured and all of that. But it didn't turn out like that. Everything was dismissed. So I'm looking forward to see everybody that made videos and shitted on Jermall Charlo when this story came out. Make a video and let everybody know that he was cleared of all charges. Let everybody know that you were wrong for falsely accusing that man before knowing any of the evidence. Won't you make a video about that? But I know you ain't gonna make no video about that because that ain't what you want. You know, you want to run with the false narrative. We already know what it is. But whoever watches this video, just know I'm going to continue to keep it real. I'm going to continue to keep it 100. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this. Hit the thumbs up on the video. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.